Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the important method of the preparation of aldehyde and ketone, that is the preparation of aldehyde and ketones from the name of the process, name of the reaction from which aldehyde and ketone can be prepared, that is from ozonolysis of alkene. Which reaction? Ozonolysis. So ozonolysis, it means the reaction in which addition of ozone takes place. Ozone, that is O3 molecule. So the reaction in which addition of O3 molecule takes place. Ozone molecule takes place. This is the formula of ozone. This reaction is called as ozonolysis. So therefore here this addition of ozone molecule takes place in the structure of alkene. So we know that what is alkene? They are hydrocarbon that contain double bond in between carbon and carbon. So this addition of ozone to alkene gives corresponding aldehyde or ketone. It depends upon which type of alkene is taken in the reaction. General reaction, if we take the general reaction as, for example, this is the general structure of alkene, because this contains carbon-carbon double bond, and this carbon may be attached with hydrogen, this carbon also may be attached with hydrogen, or may be attached with alkyl groups, that is R group, or maybe one alkyl, one hydrogen, one alkyl, one hydrogen. So this is the general structure of alkene. So this alkene now reacted with ozone, that is ozone gas, O3 molecule. This is the formula for ozone. Now this reaction takes place in the presence of solvent carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. So in this reaction, these three oxygen atom of the ozone, this is the O3. The formula of ozone is O3. Therefore here three oxygen atoms are present. So out of three oxygen, one get added in between these two carbon. So therefore one carbon-carbon bond undergoes breaking. So what happened? Here the carbon-carbon double bond remain only single bond. And out of these three oxygen atom, one oxygen atom get added in between these two carbon, like this. Again another bond also break. Here is the two bond, one break and one oxygen get added in the structure. So another bond also break. Out of the remaining two oxygen, one get added to this carbon, another also get added to this carbon, like this. So this bond also break. One oxygen atom added to this carbon, another to this carbon, and due to divalency of oxygen, they form again single bond. So this structure obtained that not contain any bond in between carbon and carbon. Both bond undergoes breaking. One bond break for addition of one oxygen, and another bond break for the addition of remaining two oxygen. One get added to this carbon, another get added to this carbon. So this structure is obtained. It is the addition product that is called as ozonide. That is the respective ozonide of alkene. So complete name is alkene ozonide. And this alkene ozonide that reacted with warm water, that is H2, warm water in presence of zinc dust as a catalyst for the process. Why the zinc dust used? We will describe after the end of reaction. So before that, here when alkene ozonide has formed an addition product, that alkene ozonide now hydrolyzed by or that heated with warm water, here the breaking of the structure takes place in this way. Here we obtain two fragments, that is CO, like this, that carbon which two bonds already, and that breaks with oxygen. So oxygen when break this bond, it forms double bond with this carbon like this. One fragment from this, another fragment similar as like this carbon. See, having two bonds like that, and with single bonded oxygen form double bond with carbon. So in this way, so they are maybe aldehydes or they are maybe ketones. Both the aldehyde and ketone can be prepared from this process. It is depend upon which type of the alkene is taken in the reaction. But generally, we obtain aldehyde or ketone at the end of reaction. What remains? This only one oxygen atom. This oxygen combined with this water, H2O plus O, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. That hydrogen peroxide is important note for the reaction. Why zinc dust is used as a catalyst in the second step? Because the hydrogen peroxide is obtained as a byproduct in the reaction. If hydrogen peroxide remains in the reaction as the byproduct, that hydrogen peroxide reacted with aldehyde or ketone. For example, aldehyde or ketones are formed as a product in the reaction with H2O2. If H2O2 remains in the reaction, that H2O2 is a good oxidizing agent. Hydrogen peroxide is a good oxidizing agent. That hydrogen peroxide oxidizes aldehyde or ketones into corresponding carboxylic acid. So therefore no aldehyde or ketone prepared. The end product is a carboxylic acid. So we want to avoid this chain. The zinc dust added in the reaction, because that zinc dust neutralizes this H2O2. Because this zinc dust that is used in the second step, that combines with byproduct H2O2 and for zinc oxide and water. So therefore no oxidizing agent remains in the process, and aldehyde and ketone as a product remains in the reaction, that is not further converted to carboxylic acid. What about the reaction? Memorize the reaction. When alkene reacted with ozone in presence of solvent carbon tetrachloride, reaction firstly gives corresponding alkene ozonide. How the alkene ozonide form? This out of 3 oxygen atom present in the molecule of ozone, one get added in between these 2 carbon like this. For this addition, one bond undergoes breaking. 2 oxygen atom remains out of 3. One added to this carbon, another added to this carbon. So remaining second bond also undergoes breaking. So this type of structure is obtained, that is called as alkene ozonide. Now in the second step, that alkene ozonide that reacted or hydrolyzed with warm water in presence of zinc dust as a catalyst in the process. Here, this corresponding structure of alkene ozonide breaks into either both molecule of aldehyde or both molecule of ketone, or one molecule of aldehyde, another molecule of ketone. It may be all the chances to prepare aldehyde and ketone in the process. But important thing is the reaction, the H2O2, that is hydrogen peroxide, form in the reaction in the form of byproduct. And what about the hydrogen peroxide? Hydrogen peroxide is a good oxidizing agent. And if hydrogen peroxide remains as a byproduct in the reaction, that hydrogen peroxide oxidizes aldehyde and ketone into corresponding carboxylic acid. Therefore, if such processes happen, no aldehyde or ketone is prepared from the process. So we want to avoid the formation of hydrogen peroxide in the reaction. We want to avoid the formation of H2O2. So therefore, zinc dust added in the second step of the ozonolysis, because this zinc combined with that hydrogen peroxide to form zinc oxide and water, and these both products are not oxidizing agent, so it cannot harm the aldehyde or ketone. So therefore aldehyde and ketone remains as a product in the reaction. No carboxylic acid is formed. That about the general reaction of ozonolysis. Then we are going to discuss the example related to the process. How to prepare aldehyde from the process. One of the example for preparation we will take here. So first of all, from this process, preparation of aldehydes. And for preparation of aldehyde, the example we are going to discuss, that is the structure of CH3CH double bond CH2, that is propene. Propene is alkene. So that propene, when reacted with ozone in same condition as the general reaction in CCl4, one oxygen atom get added in between these two double bonded carbon, one bond undergoes there. Again remaining two, one to this carbon, another to this carbon. So remaining single bond also undergo breaking. What remains? CH3, CH. That CH, that carbon linked with this oxygen as like this. And that oxygen again linked with this CH2. That one bond undergoes breaking. Remaining one bond again also breaking, because remaining two oxygen, one get added to this carbon, another get added to this carbon, and oxygen again form single bond because of divalency of oxygen. This type of the structure obtained, that is the corresponding structure of propene ozonide. And that propene ozonide, when similarly heated with warm water in presence of zinc dust, we know the importance of zinc dust. This structure undergoes breaking. The fragment obtained first, that is CH3 CHO, we can write as CH3 C double bond OH. It is the formula of acetaldehyde. The acetaldehyde is obtained in the reaction, the first product. The second molecule is CH2O. We can write as CH2O, that is CH2 double bond O. That is the formula of formaldehyde. Here the two different aldehydes are obtained as a product. Remaining that H2O and oxygen, H2O2. And then H2O2 destroyed by zinc dust. That is the second reaction. So here propene converted to acetaldehyde and formaldehyde in this way. After the preparation of aldehyde from this process, ozonolysis, we are going to discuss the preparation of ketone from the same process, that is ozonolysis. How to ketone can be prepared from the ozonolysis reaction. For example, if you take the structure like CH3CCH3 double bond CCH3 single bond CH3, we know that this is the structure of 2,3-dimethyl, because second and third carbon contain 2-methyl, 2,3-dimethyl, 4 carbon in the structure, but, and where the double bond is located at the second carbon. The complete name is 2,3-dimethyl butene. If you take 2,3-dimethyl butene in the process and that react with ozone, that is O3 gas, ozone molecule, in the presence of the solvent carbon tetrachloride. So what happened? As like the general reaction we have discussed already, one oxygen atom out of these 3 get added in between these 2 double bonded carbon, one bond undergoes breaking. There are 2 bonds, one bond undergoes breaking, and remaining 2 oxygen, one to this carbon, another to this carbon, and again the remaining 1 bond also undergoes breaking. So what we obtain? CS3 single bond C, CS3. Here no bonds remain. This carbon attached with oxygen as like this. This carbon also attached with oxygen. And in between these two carbon, one oxygen get added as like this. The remaining two oxygen, one to this carbon as like, another to this carbon as like, and due to this all the two bonds undergoes breaking, the oxygen form single bond. That is the structure of the corresponding ozonide of 2,3-dimethyl-butene. We know that this is the corresponding ozonide of that alkene, that is 2,3-dimethyl-butene, which on hydrolyzed by using warm water H2 in presence of zinc dust. We know that importance of zinc dust. So the structure undergoes breaking as like this. There are three fragments are obtained. 1, 2 and this oxygen is third. So therefore what is about this first fragment? From this CS3COCS3. How to write CS3COCS3? CS3C double bond OCS3. Another also CS3COCS3. So it means the same molecule is obtained. That is two molecules of this CS3COCS3 is obtained. That is two molecules of acetone. That is dimethyl ketone. One of the important example of the ketone series that is preparing the reaction. The remaining oxygen and water for H2O2. Then H2O2 neutralized by zinc dust to avoid their oxidizing property. Here, in this way, 2,3-dimethyl-butene converted to acetone. It means, what is the name of this example? Preparation of acetone from 2,3-dimethyl-butene. In this way, we can prepare all the types of aldehyde or ketones by using the ozonolysis reaction of alkene. So we know that what is the general ozonolysis reaction? When alkene reacted with ozone in presence of solvent CCl4, reaction firstly gives alkene ozonide, which on warm hydrolysis by using water, reaction in presence of zinc dust, reaction gives corresponding aldehyde or ketone. So that about the fourth important method for the preparation of aldehyde and ketone, that is ozonolysis of alkene. After the ozonolysis of alkene, the fifth method for the preparation of aldehyde and ketone, that is from decarboxylation, or also called as dry distillation of calcium salt of fatty acid. That is, what is decarboxylation? First of all, decarboxylation, it means removal of CO2, the reaction in which the removal of carbon dioxide, that is CO2, takes place in the form of either gas directly or in the form of carbonates. In the form of carbonates, the reaction called decarboxylation. So what is the definition of decarboxylation? The reaction in which removal of CO2, that is carbon dioxide, takes place in the form of either gas or in the form of carbonates, reaction called as decarboxylation. Again also known as dry distillation. Dry distillation, it means it heated at high temperature. Also called as the another third name, that is pyrolysis. Pyrolysis, that is heating at high temperature. Dry distillation and pyrolysis having same meaning, heating at high temperature. On when we heat the corresponding product at high temperature, that process is called as pyrolysis, also known as a dry distillation, or also known as a decarboxylation, because here removal of carbon dioxide takes place when we heated at high temperature, for which substance? Calcium salt of fatty acid. So when calcium salt of fatty acid heated at high temperature, that calcium salt of fatty acid can be converted to aldehyde or can be converted to ketone. So firstly, we are going to prepare the aldehydes. Preparation of the aldehydes. So always note that for preparation of aldehyde from respective calcium salt of corresponding acid, the calcium formate, one of the salt of this calcium, that is calcium formate, which is the salt of formic acid with calcium. So for preparation of aldehyde, either a single calcium formate is taken or calcium formate is used with another calcium salt to prepare the corresponding aldehyde. For example, if you taken HC double bond O single bond OCA, OC double bond OH, this is the structure of calcium formate. When this only calcium formate is heated, there are two options: only heating of calcium formate or the mixture of other calcium salt with calcium formate, that gives aldehyde. When only calcium formate is heated at high temperature in the process of dry distillation, also called as pyrolysis or decarboxylation, here the breaking of this bond takes place like this. This obtained in the form of byproduct. What is Ca? 1 carbon and 3 oxygen. That is CaCO3. Calcium carbonate. CaCO3 is calcium carbonate. Carbonate is obtained in the reaction. Carbonate is obtained in the reaction as a byproduct. Therefore, removal of CO2 is occurring in the form of carbonate. So hence reaction called as decarboxylation. So what remains? This hydrogen get attached with this carbon. So HC double bond OH, formaldehyde obtained as a product in the reaction. So how to prepare formaldehyde from this process? When calcium formate undergoes dry distillation at high temperature, calcium formate converted to formaldehyde and calcium carbonate. If you want to prepare acetaldehyde from this process, for formaldehyde only calcium salt of formic acid, that is calcium formate is taken. Only calcium formate for calcium formate for formaldehyde. But for the preparation of acetaldehyde, here 1 molecule of calcium formate, SCOO, CaO, C double bond OH, that is calcium formate, 1 molecule of calcium formate, and another molecule of calcium acetate is taken. The another molecule of calcium acetate. This is the molecule of calcium formate. This is the molecule of calcium acetate. CS3COOCA. Similar here, CS3COO. That calcium acetate. It means that the equal mixture of calcium formate and calcium acetate, when heated at high temperature in dry distillation, similar as general reaction. Here, this is the byproduct of the process. This is the byproduct. That is twice of Ca and remaining is twice of CO3. That is 2 molecules of calcium carbonate. What remains? This 1 hydrogen atom get added to this carbon. Another get added to this carbon. So two molecules of CS3CO and this H attached to this carbon, CS3COH. Similarly, this H to this carbon, CS3COH. So two molecules of CS3COH, it means acetaldehyde is obtained. So how to prepare acetaldehyde from respective calcium salt of acid by dry distillation? When calcium formate equally mixed with calcium acetate, heated at high temperature in dry distillation, reaction gives the two molecules of acetaldehyde along with calcium carbonate.